Okay, buenos dias. Welcome to Daily Little. We got a lot to talk about because I did a download yesterday on TikTok called Sleeping Beauty. So if you haven't watched it, I would go watch it. And I know y'all been seeing on TikTok, or if you haven't been seeing on TikTok, about Venus doing something with the sun today, which is something really big, right? And what I'm realizing is there's this highlight on these relationships. And since there's a highlight on these relationships, the biggest relationship is the one with yourself and the one with both your people, right? Because the Mars is in Gemini, right? So as we go into today, the sun, basically Saturn goes direct. So that was one thing I touched on. The sun conjuncts Venus. That's what I'm going to touch on now. Mercury does something with Saturn. That's what we're going to touch on as well, okay? Mercury is ruled by Gemini and Virgo. Those are the mutable signs that I was talking about that all have two people, that contain two people. And the fact that the Mercury is doing something with Saturn in Aquarius is basically telling you to be fucking for real. For real. It's telling you to be fucking for real. Because Mercury's being in Libra, so I told y'all communication has to be balanced, 111 on the clock. And it's the fact that people be fucking lying. You know what I'm saying? So you need to really pay attention to if people are really lying. Are you lying to yourself about situations? And if you're lying to yourself about situations, one, you need to go ahead and hit the exit on the button. On that bitch, because it's time to go. Eject that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Magazine drop, I'm back, bitch. And another thing is the fact of like the conversation that you are having with yourself. Are you peeping where you are basically self-sabotaging from being too logical? See, the last 5.5 months, we've been very slowed down about how we are structured, right? And since Saturn is firstly ruled by Capricorn and Aquarius, it puts you in a very sticky situation of grounding and logic, right? And the funny part about it that I see is, hold on, I'm sorry, y'all, one second. Yeah, magazine drop, I'm back, bitch. So, ooh, that hurt. So I want to touch base on Saturn first. So Saturn is Capricorn. It says career, long-term goals, how you're remembered, parental authority, bosses, and the type of boss you are. Now, I want to get a little bit more of the positive and the negative traits about Saturn. So, Saturn, for one, the good things is good mortality, trustworthy, stable. The negative traits about it is the fearful, the withdrawn, and the... I don't know what that word is, but we're not going to worry about it. I don't know about that word, so I'm not going to worry about it. But that already... Hold on. And it's funny that they're putting Saturn down here with the root chakra, which I think is hilarious. Right? Hold on. Security, longevity, structure, and control. That'd be root chakra. It's funny that they put Pisces and Sagittarius in the sacral chakra. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I've never looked at this like this. I haven't looked at those notes. So that's very interesting because of the fact of the last 5.5 months has been this very sticky situation between being too grounded about things and also being too logical about things in regards to how stable you are, mind, body, and soul. And since that has been a really big highlight, now that Saturn is direct and it's in Capricorn, there is this like really imperative, process about, are you lying to yourself? Are you lying to yourself about what you're doing, about what people are doing, and what's going on? And it's funny because last week I had told everybody, I was like, yo, like that maternal wound gonna come up. And everybody was like, what you mean? I'm like, anything around the maternal wound is gonna come up. So like, if you have an overbearing mother, if you have a helicopter parent, if you have a narcissistic parent, whatever you have, it's gonna come up. And so it's interesting that as we kind of came out of Saturn being in retrograde, the dreams started to get more vivid. And I feel like the reason why the dreams became more vivid is because the third eye was going through its awakening, cleansing, healing, however you want to put it, whatever stage you were in. It was going through that because of the third eye, the sacral chakra, and the root chakra, right? The third eye chakra is Cancer and Leo. We've been working about the home and the confidence, right? And then the fact that we've been working on the emotions, which is Pisces and Sagittarius of the sacral chakra, makes sense because Jupiter and Neptune was doing something. I told y'all, Neptune was giving you all the hint, clues to the next stop Jupiter was trying to get you so you can go pick up the package for expansion. See, but the issue is, right about last week or the week before last, you missed some stops. You missed some things, like you missed a pickup. And so the planets were just about ready to put you back in hermit mode or discipline you for your lack of obedience because Saturn is structure. So when the inner child put out the SOS like, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with us, there's some energetic interference happening right now. I told you that's when that kind of woke something up in the ancestors of like, well, what the fuck is going on around here? Why the fuck is she crying? Why the fuck is she mad? See, we straight, so what's the problem? And it's funny, I came across a video and I was like, if there is no energetic projection that's happening right now as long as you are maintaining some type of balance within yourself. So any type of sabotaging that's going on, you are sabotaging it. You're going to have to be honest with yourself. So last night or whatever, I was like having all these downloads, and it's crazy. When I take a nap, I be up all night. And I felt like when I was up all night, I was doing downloads, and then I was having my own downloads to honestly say, like, fuck. I'm really about to self-sabotage something. Thank you for confirmation. 10:33. I'm telling you, I'm really about to, I had this realization as I'm sitting here like, why can't I hear what's really happening? Why am I trying to make words more than what they are? Why am I trying to take the things that I might not have interpreted or perceived in the right way as a downfall or as something to hurt me? And I'm standing 10 toes down about what's being said to hurt me instead of listening to everything that was actually said. Like, one thing that I had brought up earlier this week about is God said people are not comprehending. It's not that you aren't listening, you aren't comprehending. And because we're going through the Scorpio energy, and Scorpio and Aries rule the solar plexus chakra of confidence. The emotions that you are feeling about something, you aren't comprehending what's actually coming down and what's actually being released. So now what I feel that since we're working on the top, the middle, and the bottom, the main focus is what is going on in between those key points. And see, what's happening is why there's so much self-sabotage is there's a conjunction going on between the root chakra and the heart chakra, and that's where God is saying there's a lack of comprehension. So I'm sitting over here like in my own little thoughts, fucking losing my mind. I'm like, bro, like I'm really self-sabotaging. Like I'm really like, the past really fucked me up. Like, damn, parents really fucked me up. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? And I realized that since we've done so much healing to get our life together, to gain some type of emotional stability, this is emotional stability of where you are aware of where your mind, body, and soul is. And my mind and my body, my soul and my body is somewhere, and my mind is somewhere else. And my mind is like, and my body and my soul is like, she don't see us over here. I see my body and my soul, like I see you, you see me, she don't see us. And my mind is having this thing and having this battle and this argument. And it's all coming from a point of self-worth. And it's coming from a point of an authoritative figure. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm standing up for myself, that I'm not allowing boundaries to be crossed. But then I'm also like not being worthy of what's actually being given to me. Like I don't deserve it. It's like, I hear Lauryn Hill, you're just too good to be true. It's like, It's just too good to be true. And what I feel like the parts of us that are actually somewhat happy and satisfied with what's going on are the parts of us that we actually control or that we feel cannot do as much harm. And since Venus is in Libra and Venus is the planet of love, love is probably the number one thing that we feel is going to bring us harm because we love the wrong people. And see, the fact that the higher selves and the inner child, like I said last night, they're having this vulnerable moment where the inner child is going completely cold. And the higher self has to save the inner child from going completely cold. And so in order for the higher self to be able to save the inner child, it means that one, it has to step out of its own way. And two, it has to be vulnerable. Goes back to the movie Elsa that I was talking about. I think there is this, and God said, I want you to stop saying you think, because that is coming from a place of where people did not accept you for what you used to say, how you used to speak your truth. This is coming from a place where people didn't validate you because of the fact of their own projections, because you were never wrong. I seen a video that was like how Aries apologized. I'm sorry you got offended because I was speaking my truth. Sorry, that shit made me cackle so much because I was like, that is so true about me. Like, I'm sorry you got offended that I told you the truth. Like, okay. But I'm working on that. But that's what it gave me. It gave me the higher self is going to have to calm it the fuck down. Because you're running yourself in circles right now. And since there's so much of the mind and the heart are having this tussle right now. Seriously. And the heart is like, hey, look, man, look, we're good. Everything's good. I promise you, I don't feel bad about this. Ain't nothing going on. I don't get no weird feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because you got your heart chakra, like that process of here is in y'all know when I started stuttering, it's because my mind moving fast in my mouth. The conjunction that's happening between these chakras, the physical chakras, are causing these chakras to really be like, hey, we're passing shit down, but nothing's coming back up. See what's going on down there. Can you pass some things back up? Because you're gonna have too much shit down there where there's not gonna be enough room for us to continue the flow. And right now we got things just flowing to us. And hey, we really need you to kind of let some things come back up because you're gonna cause some stagnancy in the flow. So right now you're over capacity. Your lower chakras are about to be over capacity. Or overcapacitated, or whatever. They're gonna be too busy, too crowded. Overcapacity. And today being the new week, and it's funny how Scorpio season starts on a Sunday, and the planet Sunday is generous, warm-hearted, loving, but the negative traits of the sun is dominating, impractical, and irresponsible. It's very irresponsible of you to not allow these downloads and energy to flow like in a 360 motion. It's very impractical for you to think that you have enough mental, body, and soul capacity to hold everything, even the things you aren't releasing. Hence how we got into the situations we were in the beginning of our life. Is because we were overstimulated by the things that were supposed to be released. See, there seems to be this overstimulation that's coming from a lack of comprehension. And when we talked about the lack of knowledge, the lack of knowledge of logic, now God is saying, see, since that you guys have gained the knowledge of logic, why are you missing the comprehension of the logical facts that are coming to you? It's not that you ain't hear what you heard. You are deciding not to comprehend the information that is being communicated to you. You are choosing to not comprehend the downloads that are being sent to you. Why is there a comprehension issue? And I'm sitting over here and I'm like, bro, like, why can't I comprehend that this is what it is? Like, there's nothing that's going to change from it. And the fact that all three events happen today, this is happening mind, body, and soul. So what I feel like is happening for the mind is this, the one thing, the one thing that's happening for the mind is that Mercury and Saturn are having a conversation. So Saturn is like, all right, look here. I feel like Saturn's like flipped that chair around and kind of like squatted on and said, look here. Now I done told you what I told you. And what I told you back then was a very slow motion. Now I'm going direct, and I'm not going to tell you again because of the fact of now you're just you're going too far. The soul is having this conversation with the sun. The soul's conversation is between the sun and Venus. The sun is like, look here. Now we done been through a whole little season of my season, and I done showed you everything I need to show you. And Venus and Libra is like, I know. So, I don't know why I'm lying to myself about these situations. I don't know why I'm not understanding about these situations. But you know what? I can't act like you have not shown me. It is what it is. Soul contracts will be ending because of the fact of the job is done. Parts of the soul contract that was keeping different pieces of the puzzle together are done. So now the pieces of the puzzle come together. Why are y'all talking about the other contracts? See, I said the mind, the mind. No, wait, did I say them? Yeah, the mind, the body. No, the body is what Saturn going direct is. The body's like, whew, damn, we've been floating for like months. We've been floating for months. I'm glad we finally got to station somewhere. Shit. Now we can make shit happen. Now things don't have to be so stagnant. Now we can show who's the real boss. The real boss was always you. You was the one acting like the employee. Stretching yourself thin, people pleasing, manipulating, all these type of things that you were doing. Now it's like, well, here we go. So when I had brought up that the finale reading, when I had said, now we're going to see who the real bosses is and the people that are choosing just to be the workers. You're choosing, you're not a real boss. We're going to show who the real worker is. You're not built like that. I always tell y'all that. You're not built like that. And they keep saying that because of the fact of that's what's about to start happening. Y'all about to start realizing people really not built like that. They not built to really have a true relationship, to be a true parent, to be a true friend, to be a true employee, to be a true boss, to be a true mentor. They're not built like that. They are not built like that. And since they are not built like that, that comes from their stability. We got 2 seasons where we had the same chakras. 2 seasons back to back, same chakras. And the common one is the root of the base, the stability of it. So what I'm getting from today, the fact that the sun and Venus is doing something, it's literally shining this bright light. And it's shining this bright light. And Saturn is saying, these are the facts. Make it happen. Let it go. Move forward. This is it. Let's get this going. Start this. Move here. Move that. It's very straightforward. It's very by the point. Clap, 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 clap. And I'm just trying to get everybody on board because when this solar eclipse happens on Tuesday, which is on Mars Day, and it's funny, look, it says new moon in Aries, it's time to take action. When this solar eclipse happens, it's going to clip everything of that solar plexus chakra that is keeping you from being confident in what they're doing. So that stagnancy that was happening between the heart and the root is about to literally scoop. The physical chakras is what's about to be. Those are physical chakras down there. They're about to be like cut out completely. Like you're gonna wake up and be a whole new person for some reason, for some of y'all. But I told y'all impulsive energy is not really impulsive. You was always supposed to be doing that anyway. And I'm gonna probably do Scorpio fairy news because I don't know what the word's gonna be for Scorpio season just yet. Nothing is set in stone, mutable. Once again, 2 people. nothing is set in stone is because the way they about to wipe out shit is going to be like a delete. Control, Alt, delete. Permanent deletion. That reading is coming up. Permanent deletion. And the fact that I heard the shot around the world last night, well, I don't know if them were gunshots or not, but if they was gunshots, God was like, it's the resemblance of the shot around the world. And the shot around the world is when the Revolutionary War started. Hold your vision fixed, which is Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo. It's funny how we got the mutable signs first, which we talked about, and now we got the fixed signs. Lord, don't let us get the cardinal signs, because if that's the case, you know a war's about to start. Young stunner, wop, 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 wop. You know me, I don't need no introduction to shit. You and your loved ones are safe, and take time to breathe out. Y'all, we about to have this really strong exhale. Prosperity lies ahead again. We got this at the beginning of the week, and we getting this again at the beginning. We got this towards the middle or the beginning of last week, and now we get this at the start of the day. The start of the week. And you know, the dreams have been, y'all need to pay attention to dreams. Look, a new start is coming, new moon. It's funny, we got new moon, new moon, new moon. And you know what song I keep playing I keep playing is Freshman of the Year by 42 Doug. Yeah, magazine drop, I'm back, bitch. There's a whole new energy that's really like you are about to step into. And it's funny, I'm gonna share this part of my dream, whatever. So in my dream, I don't know where I was. I was in school, and then all of a sudden, it's funny how I found my senior jersey, whatever, that we got our senior year. And we got these around like graduation or whatever, right? And I was in school, and I don't know what I was doing, but I was eating something. And by the time I was done eating, I ended up being in some club. And when I was in the club or whatever, like, I remember I was going through classrooms, and then when I was in this club or whatever, it was like all these people trying to talk to me. And, you know, I wasn't paying people no attention, you know what I'm saying, because that's just not my vibe or whatever. And so one of these dudes, and it's funny that it was a dude that I dated in high school, and he was like real like irritated, like, nah, I know you fucking lying, like, I know you not, like, you know what I'm saying, because like it was a dude next to me. He was like, nah, I know you ain't finna do this lame ass shit, like, what you got going on? Like, he was kind of like jealous type shit. And so I'm over there, and I'm like telling the guy, I'm like, you know, I'm cool, like, you know, leave me alone, whatever. And he was like, you must something. And I'm like, why I gotta have that in order for me to have dudes to be talking to me right now? He was like, I'm just saying, things really changing around you. So I just want y'all to know, Scorpio season is bringing back people that are obsessed with you and people you fucked and people that see you differently. They see you differently. That's probably the biggest thing I can keep saying. They see you differently. You know where they didn't notice you before? Now they notice you now. They see you. Oh, they see you clearly. Without you even thinking about the people that see you. A lot of y'all got a lot of people, even from your past, like they got the message ready to hit send. And some of them, they don't have the whatchamacallit. So it's the way y'all gonna come across each other, or the way y'all gonna do. I'm telling you, like, it's really preposterous. It's really preposterous the way how my dream was. Cause then I went to Ulta or whatever, and somebody from high school was like, hey Erica. I was like, what's up? And people know that about me. Like, you know, that TikTok was like, I'm never too cool to talk or something like that. It's not that I'm too cool to talk, but like, let's be honest. Like, you know, I don't fuck with you. I'm one of those people, like, you know, I don't fuck with you. And I'm not really like nice nasty about it. See, don't let that past hold you back. I'm not really nice nasty about that shit. Like, I be dead serious. Like, what's up? I'm not like oh, hey, what's up? I'm more like oh, what's up? Cause like, come on now. You know we're not cool like that. Like, stop it. You know, you know that Mike Jones shit playing in my head. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Adjustments are required. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. People see you differently. And then we get to be bold and make the first move. People see y'all differently. People see you differently. That's why it was just like this big fight of your mind of thinking like, oh, I got to get my shit together. And in reality, your shit is together. And trust me, other people see that shit too. See, a lot of y'all are really having that insecurity, and that's where that solar plexus chakra is coming in. And the way that shit gonna wipe it out is gonna be like, I'm telling you, gonna wake up like a new bitch. You gonna wake up a new bitch. Because right now we're leading up to the new moon in Scorpio. Between the new moon in Scorpio and the end of the month, hold on. I'm telling y'all, people just like, damn. Right now, the moon is in Virgo, right? That's why they're telling you, take your time. Think about yourself. Think about things that's going on, right? Because when the moon goes into Libra tomorrow and Monday, that's for the emotions to stay balanced. So there is going to be a lot of justice emotionally that's going to start Sunday and Monday, okay? Emotional justice, as above, so below. So right now, there's a lot of mutable energy right now, right? Then it's funny how we got the mutable one and then we got the hold your vision. So then on Tuesday and Wednesday, that's a fixed moon, which is Scorpio. So that fixed moon of hold your vision is, I'm telling you, however you wake up that day, that's it. Like for real. Like, that I hear that when he was like, yo, hey, Mr. Carter, I am him. Tell me where you been around the world, but I'm back again. They been asking, they been wondering why, like for real, okay? Because then we move back into the mutable of Sagittarius that Thursday, and it's funny that Thursday is Jupiter day, which is Sag energy. So we are in double Sag energy of expansion. And you know what else I feel? It's that song, she likes it real slow, then she beat it up like, whoa, baby, we can go so high, so high. I don't know. I'm telling you, I can hear all these songs in my head, and it's like, it's all these like real like, and if you know Slim Thug, he's like a boss, and Sagittarius, the moon's gonna be in Sagittarius Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Start a new week next week, and then the moon will be in Capricorn on Sunday and Monday. That is why I told y'all spiritually it's going to be a very, 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 very highlighted day, okay? And secondly, all the toxic little energy is going to be trying to swipe around with that mask on because it's Halloween. Halloween, that's the only time that people can be somebody that they're not. And they're gonna definitely be people that they're not, because as we go into November, let me tell you something. I ain't never felt the ground shake in my life the way it's about to shake. I ain't never felt the ground shake how it's about to shake. You know why? Because from the countdown of the countdown from Halloween to the full moon in Taurus, I ain't never felt the ground shake like that, baby. You know what I'm saying? You ain't fucked me, you fucked an old body. I'm telling you, I ain't never heard the ground shaking like that. I feel like Bigfoot about to come through on some shit. Like dead serious. Bigfoot about to come step through this bitch like, oh. Ricky Rose, in the world of so many, baby girl, you all that want. Y'all know that. Y'all know how dreams and nightmares? Yes. The initiation, star mother, where are you being called to journey to? Y'all know that. Answer the call. Hello. Y'all know that. Y'all know the momentum of dreams and nightmares. And he was like, I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this. So I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In the time I spent on something, whatever. All that whole momentum. That whole momentum of the song. Until we get to the, hold on, wait a minute. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Counsels of the Light. Divine orchestration. you've been training for this for lifetimes. I'm telling you, I can literally hear it. Alexa, play Dreams and Nightmares. Alexa, play Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. Why is Alexa playing with me right now? Why is she playing with me right now?
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty,
The
she
third
tryna
eye.
bless me like I said I chew. Like a nigga sneeze, nigga please for them trick and squeeze. I'm getting cream. Never let them hoes get in between of what we started. Little nigga, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck in their head. And when I departed, I go and get it regardless. Draw like I'm an artist. No crawling, went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages. Or foreign bitches menaging. Fucking sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him. I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly nigga, I'm flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about my niggas, then what you talking about? Gangsters moving silence, nigga, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. Was on my grind and now I got what I deserve. Fuck nigga. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought that. Fuck nigga.
That was a whole minute and 35 seconds. 10 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the fucking 8 of Cups. Hold on. This is the eclipse. There's this, I'm telling you, it's a energy momentum. And they keep saying it like that. King of Wands and Death. It's an energy momentum. And it was 3232, which is 5-5. See, remember I was telling y'all about that wand energy, the fire energy? The fact that we go from the 10 of Wands to the Page of Pentacles, which is new communication, new sense of stability, whatever. And then the 8 of Cups, this is the eclipse. This is what you're walking into to literally swipe out anything of your solar plexus chakra, which is your chakra of your damn confidence. The King of Wands is confidence. And Death is Scorpio. Yeah, magazine drop, I'm back, bitch. I'm just here to do my job. Ooh, I'll tell you, that's that karma. That's that karma by Summer Walker. And you know, a lot of people getting real frisky. They want to fuck. Yep. The sacral chakra says, but when it's blocked, low self-esteem, feeling powerless, inferiority, and complex. When it's balanced, it's confident, feet in control, personal power, drive, and good self-image. When it's overreactive, it's power hungry, demeanoring, and perfectionist and critical. Doesn't that sound like key traits of a Sagittarius and a Libra? And the Queen of Wands. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the balance. Look at the balance of confidence within yourself. Look how at grace, this is why I kept saying about and it's funny how it's yellow and green. I mean, yellow and green, yellow and red. You remember how I kept telling y'all about how feminine energy, real feminine energy is grace. It's powerful. The fact that the Queen of Wands comes out gives me sacral chakra. It says when the sacral chakra is blocked, low libido, which is low sexual drive, fear of intimacy, no creativity, and isolated. When it's balanced, it's passionate, creative, healthy sex drive, optimistic, and open. When it's overreactive, it's over emotional, fixated on sex, and manipulative. Well, that'll do it. That will do it. That'll do it. And I want to talk more about, the guy said not yet, the Three of Wands. The domino effect it's affecting. I'll tell you that. The domino effect is affecting. I'll tell you that. And it's happening. Look at this. The domino effect is happening because the fact that you decide to see the options. And it's funny how it's, again, orange and yellow. You started to get down to the pinpoint of those issues, right? Where the darkness was closing in on your on your light, and it was closing in on that like part of you that wasn't healed. These arms are the stability that's pushing the darkness out. And it's crazy how I had showed them a reading on TikTok that I did for air signs, and the Bible verse was Psalms 119:2. So last night I went into Psalms 119:2, and this is a verse that we've read previously on live or whatever. And it says, the law of the Lord. Happy are those who live lives are faultless, who living accordingly to the law of the Lord. Happy are those who follow his commands, who obey him with all their heart. Never do wrong. They walk in Lord's ways. Lord, you have given us your laws and told us to obey them faithfully. How I hope that I shall be faithful in keeping your instructions. If I pay attention to your commands, then I will not be put to shame. As I learn your righteous judgment, I will praise you with a pure heart. I will obey your laws and never abandon me. I will obey your laws, never abandon me. It says obedience to the law of the Lord. How can young people keep their lives pure? By obeying the commands. By obeying your commands with all my heart, I try to serve you. Keep me from disobeying your commandments. Yeah, remember I told you the 10 commandments was going to come back up? It's funny how the verse of the day is in Psalms 23:3. It says he gives me new strength. He guides me in the right path as he has promised. You know how you know you're on the right path? When you're happy. Look, 9 of Cups, emotional fulfillment and contentment of your emotions. It's funny how she's floating in water. You know, I've seen this TikTok of like, we're about to see more people that are content. I've been told people that all that trying to be the next, trying to be that guy and that girl, and you're not really built like that. People are going to really start to be content of where they are. They don't want to have to work all them fucking jobs. They don't care about having 9 sources of income. They don't care about being an entrepreneur. They don't care about being the most richest. They are content as long as they are happy. That's going to be the goal when we get into Aries season, because the goal in Aries season, not Aries season, in the North Node of Aries, this is what this is preparing us for. See, the first 6 months between January and July of next year, it's all going to be about happiness, and that will be the focus. So therefore, the only way you're going to be happy is if you're being authentic. And if you're being authentic, that means that you shouldn't have to worry about trying to keep up with the Joneses. You should be content with where you are. That's going to be a test for a lot of people the rest of this acclimation period, of seeing where do you find contentment, where do you find stability, where do you find happiness. If you find happiness in being an entrepreneur, if you find happiness in being a parent, being in a relationship, if you find happiness in those things, therefore you should be okay. But see, if you solely look for happiness in those things, that's where you're going to fuck up. So you have to find yourself in those things because you are already happy. That is the biggest test of the world. See, people go try to find happiness in those things instead of being happy in those things. So when you're single, you're happy being single. When you're in a relationship, you're happy in that relationship. And at one point that you stop being happy in a relationship, it seems that you might need a jet. Because even if you're going through all 50 of the emotions, the core of it is the fact that this person makes me happy. Now, not everything's going to be peaches and cream. You're not even going to be peaches and cream with yourself. But the common denominator between those things is the sole focus is happiness. Welcome to the real world. That's why God keeps saying, welcome to the war. Now the war started. Saturn went direct. This is war. See, the war, what we thought was a spiritual war, which, I mean, it is, but the real war was the fact that people are not truly happy. That's like against the commandments of God, because you're seeking happiness through the 7 deadly sins and not following the 10 commandments. Very interesting of how you think you're going to flourish in this world or survive without either being dead, sick, or, you have to do right by God's people. It's very imperative that you do right by them. And since Saturn is going direct, it wouldn't surprise me if people fall down in their health, their finances, and their empires. Specifically health and specifically finances. Because health is wealth. Health is wealth. And you can't be too much of a wealthy, happy person if your spirit's not well, And since we are big on being healthy in and out, and everything is energy, and you literally are feeding yourself the ways to create more energy to produce your outcome of things, it wouldn't surprise me if people's health decline very soon. But it's only declining based off of your spirit coming down. See, that's where the health declining is going to come. People's spirit is finally coming down, and their spirit, and they basically, a lot of people bit off a lot of spiritual debt that they can't chew. Their eyes got bigger than their stomach, and now their soul's going to come down, and their muggle body's not going to be able to handle their soul. It's just how it goes with God. You don't have a pure soul, so you can't expect for your body to be able to handle a faulty soul, a soulless soul, a dark soul. A dark soul is probably one of the most heaviest weights there is. I'm so sorry, y'all. The way, I'm not sure what, and it's so crazy. The chest is Cancer, which is the moon, which is home. But y'all, when I tell you the way things have just been itching on me, it's very abnormal. Sorry, I know that was a TMI, but the way things have been itching on me, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? All right, we're going to get one of these. You know what? Matter of fact, let's get one of these because we coming up on Halloween. Yeah. It's not going to surprise me that there's going to be a lot of health declining. But, I mean, honestly, how else do you feel like you should repay your karma? Because you got to pay all debt. Even God says that. Authenticity. Invisibility. Authenticity. As I'm literally saying authenticity. Wow. Thanks, God. Thanks for the clarity. Thanks for the insight. I appreciate that. Anything else? The ancestors. The ancestors. As I said, it woke them up. You know the feeling that someone, we're going to read invisibility and we're going to read the ancestors. You know that feeling you sometimes have that someone is watching you. You cannot see them, yet you have a distinct feeling that someone is there. All the hairs are up on the back of your neck. You think you see something in the corner of your eye, but when you turn, there's nothing to be seen but empty air. This is the power of invisibility, the indirect fear and the covert threat of having to fight something that we cannot see. Humans have a strong visual sense, so it is no wonder that we are uneasy about things we cannot see. The ancients believed that all manner of creatures, mythical or physical, and of course the deities, could make themselves invisible at will. When we consider that some animals are camouflaged so well by their coats or behavior that sometimes even if we are looking straight at them, they are hard to see within their environment. That invisibility isn't such a far-fetched concept. In many cultures, the idea of beings who could watch us undetected are common. Angels, nature spirits, the fae, or even practitioners of magic such as witches are said to have the power to appear and disappear at will. Later in literature, and then in movies, invisibility becomes a common power. And we now have fictional superheroes that are invisible and even clocks of invisibility. The concept of invisibility is a double-edged sword, which is Archangel Michael and the truth. Willis, it is a powerful tool to be able to gain information or to assist Willis no one sees. Individuals using it are privy to information that may not be meant for them and it may be taken out of context or unethically. It is a power of manipulation and easily abused. The idea of hiding and not being seen is also a big part of the dark side of this concept. We are all born to shine our light out into the world and to take our roles. Hiding our talents, not expressing our true selves, and stealing others' ideas and work and being someone else rather than your authentic self are all aspects to consider should this card appear in your reading. It's funny because as the ancestor comes out, it's you basically showing what you really was built for. Whether or not we know our ancestors, we are the product of those who have lived before us DNA-wise. Externally, we may have the body type of our father, our mother's eyes, our grandmother's nose, or our great-grandfather's skin tone. On the inside, it gets even more interesting. We know now that we can inherit the way our body works, blood types, genetic disorders, or even aspects of our brain function, like introversion, music, and mathematics. Many pagan paths associated with I cannot get my words out. Many pagan paths associated with Halloween believe that we are born perfectly imperfect to be exactly what we are meant to be. What does this mean? It means that the gifts of our ancestors have left us in the unique synergy of the combination of the physical, mental, and physical that is created within us, sets us up perfectly to achieve our ultimate purpose. Should the ancestor card bring itself to your attention, know that you are ready and able to action your birthright of power, solar plexus chakra. We have the support of those who came before you. You have the support of those who came before you. There are many challenges or struggles, but you have everything you need to overcome them. You will prevail. Authenticity and ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA, it's what you're built for. That's why God, you can't play with God's children. It's what you're built for. It literally says that. And then dawn, the light after the darkness. It's what you're built for. And God just keeps saying that. It's what you're built for. And that's why he keeps saying built, like why you're not built like that. The ancestors, the DNA, your DNA is inside of you. That's how you're literally made up. You're built. That's why he keeps saying you're not built like that. You're not built like that. You're not built for that. That's why things are going to happen. That's why I keep saying people's health are going to decline from the inside out. Your health is wealth. Your energy is your soul is the key. Like your soul has parts of it that come from people before you. That's something that's very important that a lot of people have been ignoring. They've been ignoring the energy that they actually was built for, like the energy that they came to earth with. The energy that literally, it runs through their veins. So even toxic traits of like generational curses, that shit run through our veins for us to release. You dig what I'm saying? And if it's for us to release, you know how you're built. So that's why you were able to overcome a lot of those challenges. My nose is itching. Ooh, that was fast. The Black Jaguar, Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. And you see this little thing right here? Why do I feel like that's the eclipse? That shit came out fast as hell. That shit came out fast as hell. And the horse, again, of freedom. Your heart is pure. These words of purity keep popping up. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. These are two things about your dreams, and that's Neptune. It's what you're built for. Let me get one more. Ooh, that was fast. And the fucking dragonfly magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant. I am blessed. Come on now. Come on now. All right, y'all. This was a longer daily glitter. I wasn't expecting for this to be this long. And God was like, yeah, we got some things to talk about. Because, hold on, let me just read one more thing about the astrological thing that's going on. He said, you know what else has been happening around me? Things have been glitching. And y'all know the reason of time glitch is because that there's things going on. You know, it's time glitching. The closer we get to Halloween, the more time will start to glitch. Because it's like that, like, it's that energy of I don't know. You ever seen like when aliens come, how the lights start flickering and shit, like the energy is too much for it or whatever like that? Like, excuse me, thank you. That's what I feel. Thank you. The closer we get to this sewing, which when the veil is very thin between the physical world and the spiritual world, things will glitch more. So then tomorrow, and it's funny that next week, as I was talking about that Jupiter thing on the 27th, which I think is Thursday. Don't tell me that. It is. That's when Jupiter goes back into Pisces. So that's why all this shit has been, the momentum's been leading up, because of the fact that once your solar plexus chakra goes through this deletion or revival or whatever you want to call it, that's when your dreams is gonna start to come down, for one. So a lot of you guys' dreams are about to come true, and the dreams that are coming true are gonna help you fulfill the next dreams that you have. Thank you, Spirit. Because Juno goes direct, which is partnerships. That's that Aquarius energy I also was talking about. So 3 things are happening tomorrow as well. So maybe I should just do a separate video. I'm going to do a separate video about this. Okay, I love y'all. Bye.